Is there an unannounced Halo game in development at 343? Should we expect the Master Chief Collection to actually head to PlayStation? Did the Xbox Series X actually outsell the PlayStation 5? And what is going on with Killer Instinct and Forza Horizon 4? We got a lot here to talk about, so let's get into it. What is going on, everybody? It's Randall Thor 19, the man with the million, back again with another video. I hope everyone is having an incredible day. If you guys can do me a huge favor, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and please hit that notification bell if you haven't already. Thank you guys for checking out the video. Alright guys, so in today's video we have a lot to discuss. Forza Horizon 4 DLC is confirmed, and it looks like this might be paving the way for Forza Horizon 5 to release this year. What is going on with fan favorite series Killer Instinct, and why haven't we seen a sequel yet? Did the Xbox Series X outsell the PlayStation 5? This is something people said would never happen. But to start off this video, we need to talk about Halo, because there's been a lot of conversation recently because of a blog post that 343 put out. A lot of people are speculating that Halo Master Chief Collection might be on its way to the Switch or the PlayStation 5. And if the Master Chief Collection is going to new platforms like those two, then perhaps Halo Infinite might be heading to the PlayStation 5 and Nintendo Switch. But before we delve into that topic, it seems there might actually be an unannounced Halo game seemingly in development. Now, this article comes to us from IGN via a job posting on Microsoft's career webpage. It goes on to say that a new Halo game is seemingly in the works if a recent Microsoft job listing is anything to go by. The producer job posting, which has been advertised on the Microsoft Careers website since February 6th, reveals that the Halo series developer 343 Industries is working on a new entry in the Halo franchise. The listing states that 343i is looking to hire a producer, quote, to help develop a new project in the Halo universe, which presumably signals that the new employee would not be working on Halo Infinite. The job listing specifically asks for experience in shipping AAA games for the current generation, which all but rules out the idea that this Halo project would come in any form other than a game. However, the listing offers no clues about the content of the game or when it might arrive. While there's no confirmed information on the new project, a recent rumor could point to a potential direction. Per a VG247 article in November of 2020, a now deleted post on Twitter suggested that two other games, Halo Wars 3 and a spin-off following Halo 5's Fireteam Osiris, were being planned by 343i. Now, I think there's about three different ways you can look at this job posting. One being that there is a brand new 343 made Halo game in early development while most of the team is working on Halo Infinite, getting ready for that title to launch this holiday. But during this pre-incubation period, a team over at 343 would be drafting up concepts and pre-production for a standalone title in the Halo Infinite universe. Or two, 343 wants to hire a producer that would oversee a Halo project made by another developer, like with the Halo Wars series that was done by Ensemble and Halo Wars 2 done by Creative Assembly. 343 producers were kind of overseeing that project, so it could be one of those two. For as big as the Halo franchise is, I do think it's a missed opportunity that there hasn't been more quality spin-offs in the Halo universe. Halo Wars is liked by a lot of people, but if you're not into the RTS genre, then it doesn't do much for you. So I would love to see a Fireteam Osiris spin-off, or maybe a horror entry into the Halo universe. That would be pretty cool. But I said there would be three ways to look at this job listing, and realistically the answer that we're looking for here is that this job listing is for Halo Infinite and is just kind of the standard job listing that 343 puts out there. So when they say, quote, to help develop a new project in the Halo universe, they're not necessarily talking about a new Halo game. They're talking about something within Halo Infinite, and that's what I think this job listing is referring to. Now, keeping with Halo, 343 Industries has teased that there just might be a new place and way to play Halo Master Chief Collection in the near future. 343 revealed the news in the latest MCC Weekly Flighting and Development Update and said that while things can change, it is trying to offer fans of this Halo collection a new way to play. While many would love to see Halo the Master Chief Collection come to Switch or PlayStation 5, this is most likely a hint that we may see this game arrive on the Epic Game Store or possibly Xbox's cloud gaming beta with Xbox Game Pass Ultimate on iOS and PC. Now, I'm sure a lot of you have seen some really clickbaity articles or tweets saying that Halo Master Chief Collection is going to be coming to the PlayStation 5 and Switch, and I find find it kind of funny and sad that an article about a flighting update for Master Chief Collection, where they test out new things before they release it to everybody playing Halo Master Chief Collection, that people will use that update to try to insinuate that Halo Master Chief Collection would be coming to more platforms like PlayStation and Nintendo, when in reality it's really simple. While yes, the update does say a new place and way to play, and this IGN article speculates it could be heading to the Epic Game Store, or perhaps the xCloud version of Halo Master Chief Collection will be added to Flight, which are very good guesses. I think this has more to do with them adding a custom games browser, which would be a new way to play. And when they say a new place to play, they're more than likely referring to a new place within Halo to play those games, and to me that says new maps. Perhaps they're bringing in the new maps made for the Halo Online version that released in Russia. Please guys, don't think for a second that Halo is suddenly going to be on the PlayStation 5. Maybe it could come to the Switch down the road, but this fighting update isn't about that. Let me know what you think the unannounced Halo game that 343 might be working on, and what 343 is talking about when it refers to a new way and new place to play Halo Master Chief Collection in the comments below. Now next up, we need to talk about the Xbox Series X actually outselling the PlayStation 5. GameIndustry.biz head Christopher Dring reported the news on Twitter, saying the Xbox Series X and S was the best-selling console of January 2021. His comments suggest the number includes sales of both the Series X and Series S consoles. This would be the first month that Xbox's new console has won the sales total, as it did not lead in either November or December of 2020. November 2020 was dominated by PlayStation 5, while December was won by the Nintendo Switch, according to Dring. The rotation raises as many questions as it answers, but overall the situation points to a simple explanation. The UK console market is likely restrained as much or more than the US and Japanese markets for new consoles. Availability probably plays a part in determining which consoles are winning the total sales numbers each month. As such, Xbox possibly managed to supply more Series X consoles than its competitors did with their own consoles. But the UK wasn't the only country which saw the Xbox Series X and S outsell the PlayStation 5. BT Games and Raru, which I probably said that wrong, two of the leading retailers for gaming in South Africa, told My Broadband that they have sold more Series X units than PlayStation 5 consoles over the last 3 months. While BT Games did not disclose exactly how many more Series X units it has sold, Raru told that IT news website that it had sold twice as many of Microsoft's consoles as it has of Sony's. However, the reason for the underperformance of the Sony console was simply owing to a lack of stock. So it looks like we have the Xbox Series X and S consoles outselling the PlayStation 5 in the UK and South Africa in the month of January, and it's all based around the fact that you can't really buy any of these consoles. They're all supply constrained. Everybody wants the PlayStation 5 and rushed out to buy that in November and December, and Sony is having a tough time keeping up with the supply, and the same goes for Xbox. We recently had Satya Nadella said that they sold more Series X and S devices in their launch month than any Xbox console ever, and they've gone on record saying that they'll be supply constrained most likely until the summer months. So while I fully expect the PlayStation 5 to outsell the Xbox consoles overall in lifetime sales, I never really expected Microsoft to eke out a win this soon, and I know it really doesn't necessarily mean anything because both consoles are supply constrained, and the PlayStation 5 is more wanted worldwide. It is a bigger global brand, but in the grand scheme of things, this really doesn't matter very much, if at all. Now next up, I want to talk about fan favorite series Killer Instinct and exactly what is going on with the franchise. Recently, Maximilian Dude featured the game as part of Twitch Rivals, and Killer Instinct dominated that day on Twitch, leading people once again to ask the question, why hasn't Microsoft made a Killer Instinct 2 yet? Well, if you checked out the latest Xbox 2 podcast, myself and Jez Corden actually answered this question, and I did see a bunch of websites run with what we had said, and as far as I know, this is 100% true, so I'm going to play the clip about why you haven't seen Killer Instinct 2 yet from Microsoft.
Double Helix. Like, did you see Killer Instinct surge on Twitch this past week?
I did. Maximilian, who I like watching his content. He's one of the few streamers I actually check out. He hosted he hosted a Twitch Rivals, and it was huge. And the thing is, I know Microsoft wants to do Killer Instinct. It's not like they didn't want there to be a sequel. It's just that they had nobody to make it. At least that's what I was told.
Yeah, I was told that there's just not a developer available to make the game.
Like they want somebody, they want Killer Instinct to continue. It's just that they don't have anybody that was able to do it. And I don't know what happened between Microsoft and Iron Galaxy, because they were the ones who took over for Killer Instinct after Double Helix got bought out by Amazon, which is a shame because, especially with what's going on over on Amazon, like Double Helix was just destroyed. And, you know, if they didn't get bought by Amazon, you could have had Double Helix. Like, they put out Killer Instinct and Strider at the beginning of this gen, and they were both so good. Had better than any right that, you know, they had to be. And I kind of look at that, I'm like, man, that's a loss, because Double Helix could have gotten a bigger, more funding. You know, they could have done Killer Instinct 2, and who knows what that would have done, and maybe more. I think it's a shame that Double Helix was bought out right when they're on the cusp of being something great, only to just get dismantled and destroyed by Amazon. You know, that's honestly a shame. But yeah, I Microsoft wants Killer Instinct to come back. The problem is,
it's logistics, basically.
Yeah, they need a developer, you know? So while, yes, the Killer Instinct franchise isn't dead, the simple answer is that Microsoft wants to make Killer Instinct 2, but there are no available developers to make the title. So who knows when we will see a Killer Instinct 2 from Microsoft. Will it be this generation, or will we have to wait until the next one? And to finally wrap up this video, for the first time, the Forza franchise is headed to Steam with the award-winning Forza Horizon 4 on March 9th. Players have been celebrating the seasons in historic Britain on Xbox consoles and Windows 10 PC with Xbox Game Pass, and we're thrilled to bring Forza Horizon 4 to a whole new audience on Steam. Now, Forza Horizon 4 wasn't the only announcement the team made today. The Twitter account also officially announced that leaked DLC we talked about in my previous video. They say, coming soon, the Hot Wheels Legends car pack. 164 just wasn't enough for these legends at Hot Wheels. So with it just being a car pack and not an actual expansion like in Forza Horizon 3, does this pave the way for Forza Horizon 5 to launch sometime this holiday, whether in September or October? I think it is very likely, although you never know with how COVID and the pandemic is going to affect internal development. So while I do think Forza Horizon 5 launches in 2021, I wouldn't be surprised if perhaps it launches maybe in the spring of 2022. Anyways, guys, that's the video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that notification bell if you always want to be notified immediately whenever I drop a new video like this. Please share this video out on social media or tell a friend about the channel. And if you want to take your support for the channel even further, you can always hit the join button, which will give you access to channel badges and emotes for the Xbox 2 podcast we do with Jez Corden every single Friday right here on this channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate each and every one of you that take the time out of their day to do so. And I'll see you in the next video. Later, guys.